Oh, hello everyone, welcome to Bahrain for round 4 of Season 2 of my F1 2012 career mode. I am Love Spuds, and my objective is to finish 5th or above in the race. But first, here is qualifying. My objective is to finish 4th. Then Q3. And look at that sky. You may think it's about to rain, but luckily it actually doesn't. It does fill me with a bit of dread when the clouds come over, because it usually rains when it does that, but luckily Codemasters have fixed this track enough so it's less likely to rain, if at all, and I haven't seen rain since. So I've done a couple of races offline and, well, not online should I say. This is offline, it's career, but of course I do always worry about that, seeing as my current form in the wet is not so good. Now, I hate this corner. I really hate it. I wish it wasn't there. And Sector 2 is going to be a problem for the whole weekend. I don't know how I just about managed to get through that one, but I can't brake with any real aggression going into that particular hairpin, because you have to have a decent setup to go in there at full speed and then brake properly without locking up, of course. So Sector 2 is where I lose most of my time throughout this whole video. A 111 there for Sector 2. I don't know what that would mean, because I've got nothing to compare it with. Now, Schumacher's on a flyer. He's set a 1:33.4 and my time is 1.2 seconds off of that. So I'm not going to end up in 4th. I am in fact going to end up in 9th, just in front of Pastor Maldonado and behind Bruno Senna and Sebastian Vettel. The Red Bulls not doing very well this year at all, but Schumacher has got pole, which is bad news for me in my teammate challenge, because it looks like Schumacher has definitely got some speed this season. So it could be a close fight. Now it's nice and sunny, which is all good for me, as we set off for round 4. So let's see what sort of start we can get. Okay, it's okay. Hamilton got in the way of Vettel a little bit there, so Vettel backed off. Going outside of Hamilton, locking up the front right a bit there, but it's not too bad. Let's see if we can get on the inside of excuse me, Massa, which we did. So we're just in front of Massa. Raikkonen's made a move on Alonso up to 4th, and I'm going to make a move onto Alonso as well, going into that corner. Still side by side, just nearly touching there, but not quite. But made the move stick enough, so we're now ahead of Alonso. Now here comes the tricky bit, staying with the pack after this hairpin. And it's not going to work if I slide out of a corner like that. But hey ho, never mind. Please excuse the throat clearing as well. I seem to have some sort of cough this morning, but never mind. I hope it's not too annoying. See, as you can see, the top 4 have made up a little bit of a gap coming out of that hairpin corner, and that's unfortunately the story for the rest of the race. You'll see what happens when I try and push a little bit, probably a little bit too far beyond the car's limits. Now, I could easily remedy this with a setup, but I didn't really think of that at the time. So basically, if I score points in this race, I will be pleased. But Schumacher looks like he's got the race under control. He seems to be in 1st. Yes, he is. And Alonso's coming up on my outside. Hopefully I should be able to outbrake him on the first corner. And didn't mess that up at all, which is quite nice to see, because sometimes I can even outbrake myself and go straight on. Now, in terms of where I am in my career, I've actually got to round 11. Managed to record a lot of F1 recently at the expense of Assassin's Creed, but I will pick that up at a later date. Excuse me a moment. Right, there we go. My throat is conspiring against me this morning, it seems. But yeah, so as I say, I'll pick up Assassin's Creed. I'll pick that up again in the next couple of weeks. So for the 1 or 2 people who are watching it, of course, as I go off wide here, it's just because I'm concentrating on F1 at the moment. Ideally, I want to get as close to mid-season as possible, as close to round 10 as possible by the end of January. So hopefully I should be able to get rounds 4 to 9 at least done by the end of next week, hopefully, or round 10 by the end of next week. I mean, I'm not here from the 1st to the 3rd, so I'm gonna have to do a few more videos before that. There's Massa. What happened to Alonso? Maybe Massa just got past Alonso. But yeah, you might see a few videos, quite a lot of videos this week if I can do it, as long as my internet holds out and as long as life doesn't get in my way either. But anyway, enough about that. You'll see them when you see them, I guess. But surprisingly, I'm actually still on the back of these guys. I think it's mainly because I'm picking up time in other places, and well, although I'm going to lose time here by going wide, but I think it's also to do with the fact that they are fighting up front, trying to overtake each other, and they're defending as well, which means they're not as fast as they could be. Not that they won't stream away, they'll soon do that, but obviously it slows them down compared to me, where I've got a little bit of clean air to work with. So yeah, what else has been going on? Actually heard on the grapevine, on the gossip column of the BBC website and Twitter, if many of you follow Timo Glock, it looks like there's going to be a seat available at Marussia for 2013. Massa into the pits in the next 5 laps. Everyone is, so it doesn't really mean a lot to me. And Schumacher's the fastest man on the track. But yes, Timo Glock, we all thought it was a given that he'd be in the seat at Marussia for 2013, but obviously not. He sent out a tweet the other day, or yesterday, saying that he's had 3 great years, but they part in friendship, so he's obviously planning to do something else. I mean, rumour has it he wants to do some DTM racing, which I believe is the German touring car racing that Paul di Resta actually was in at some point, as I totally mess it up there. I don't know where Alonso's gone, but Vettel's now behind me, which isn't so much of a threat as it would have been in season 1. The Red Bull totally, well, definitely, I can tell you now, it's definitely off the pace this year. But yeah, I never saw that one coming, so there's a chance for some other people who haven't got a seat to maybe fill that. Maybe people like Senna or Kobayashi, if you're lucky, and whoever else has missed out on a seat this year. So, as it stands, there's a Marussia seat, there's a Caterham seat, and the 2 Force India seats to be announced yet. And testing is just around the corner. It's about a week and a half away now. A week. No, not a week and a half, about 2.5 weeks away. The new cars will be unveiled from the 31st January onwards, so that should be interesting to see. Be nice to see what the new cars look like.
We've got a slight lead over Vettel, he's close behind you.
Oh, and add to my poor performance in Sector 2, the fact that tyres are going off quicker than everyone else's. Now, tyres are a recurring theme And yeah, that didn't happen. So now I've got to change my front wing when I come into the pits, because I don't have an option not to do it. Which is a shame, but never mind. It happens. And Vettel's got in front. So now I've lost another place. Now I'm in 7th. And my objective was to finish 5th, so it's not looking good at the moment. And my teammate is in 1st. I don't know what to say about that. Maybe I'll be able to get past Vettel here. Or am I coming into the pits? I might... No, I'm not. But I've got DRS. Let's see if we can make a move on Vettel in the first corner. Which way is he going to go? He's going to stay on the outside and try and move up on the inside. Oh, just made it stick. Just done it. Without contact as well. That's what we like to see. So we got that place back. I don't think we're going to catch up to Massa anytime soon, especially now we've got to go into the pits as well to fit our prime tyres. Yeah, it's 3.3 seconds up the road. Okay, it's not too bad. Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot better as well. Because if you look on the map, there's sort of a little bit of a spuds train forming going on here. So, yeah, if this pit stop doesn't go very well, I could lose a lot of places. Especially if I brake too early as well. That wasn't a very good move. Let's just say I hate Sector 2. I can't stand it. And that was bad as well. That's Alonso, not Alonso. I keep thinking it's Alonso. I keep thinking Massa's meant to be down in the midfield somewhere. But no, but he's up, right with us. Slamming into the side of our car. I didn't even know he was there, so he just appeared. But Alonso's got past. And Button's now down into 5th. Because he's in the pits there. Actually stopped him from leaving the pit box. Uh-oh.
Go.
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't go well at all. You could have had nearly 3 pit stops in that amount of time. So that really did not go well at all. So that's probably cost me a few places now. I'm also down in 13th, so I should be close enough to the other cars for when they come into the pits. Should be close enough to actually make a difference. Maybe I'll make it back into the points, up into the top 10. This race is more of a damage limitation race for me, because I'm not brilliant at this circuit for a start, yet alone this Sector 2 rubbish that I keep talking about. I mean, I wasn't good last season either, so it seems a bit of a bogey track for me, as you can see. But yeah, maybe next time I come here I'll get I'll try and look up a setup. Because I know it's out there. I know where to look for them, so I'll pick one up next time I come around here. Just to give me a little bit of an edge in that on that hairpin at least, because that is annoying me. I have to say, this is probably one of the most frustrating experiences in terms of the circuit. There's only a few circuits out there that I don't like driving. That's like, it's definitely one of them is this one. The other one is Monaco. I can't think of any other ones that's off the top of my head. Singapore I don't really like that much. So it's basically street circuits then, I guess. And this one in the desert. Hey ho. So after that round of pit stops where their teammates have gone in, I've come up behind Vettel, who is in all sorts of trouble as I bash him around a bit. But I let him go ahead. I don't want to cause too much of an accident. I'm going to move up on the inside now. Should get a good run out of here, so that's alright. Now, as long as I don't fluff it up at this hairpin, I should be okay for 10th. Yeah, that's okay. See if we can get to Alonso. I can't remember if I switched my fuel mixture up to rich. If I have, then I have. If I haven't, I haven't. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing on the fuel management side of things yet. You do get the option to set it to cautious, which overfuels the car by quite a bit. Normal, which fuels it normally, you have to manage it a little bit. And then you can underfuel the car, which is the aggressive strategy. Oh, there you go, there's the bridge fuel mixture. A couple of races this season I actually do go for the aggressive fuel management one. And you will see the results of that hopefully in the next week or so. Seems to pay off. Well, hang on, I'm in 10th. Perez is here. I'm guessing either Perez went into the pits just now or Alonso got DRS on him, because I didn't really notice what was going on there. I don't know what I was looking at, to be honest. I think I was looking at the the boards, seeing what times were. But yeah, it looks like I could make a move on Perez pretty soon. This is where I overtook Vettel last lap. Went into the side of him there, a bit of contact, but it wasn't too bad. Could be worse, but there we go, we've got up to 9th. So we can hold this on. As you can see, it's got cloudier, but don't worry, it's not going to rain. It's not going to mess me up. So it's going to work. It's going to work out alright, I hope. I don't know why I keep braking early into that corner as well. It's very weird. I think I might be a little bit scared of it because of the tyres. Because occasionally when the tyres start wearing away a little bit, the way my car is, it tends to slide a bit. So I don't think I've got very much confidence going to that corner, which is a shame really, because I could probably be a lot faster than I am at the moment. I can hear Perez. He had DRS on, I think he had DRS on me, but he just wasn't close enough to make do any moves, as you can see. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about. That's why I've got no confidence in some of these corners. But luckily, I've learned how to like control the slide. I mean, it was tough at first when I first started sliding around, especially in practice and things like that. When I first turned traction control off, that was quite a learning curve, but I'm glad I did it. It's sort of quite a rewarding experience, balancing the throttle enough just so you try and get enough drive and not too much wheel spin, or spinning out of a corner being too early on the acceleration. Definitely don't regret that. Even if on occasion I can end up being slower. But I feel I am improving on some circuits. One of which is Silverstone, which I spent a lot of time during the time trials doing that circuit, because I think mainly it's because it's Silverstone and it's my home country. So I really feel like I should know that track, even though I don't like the new layout. But it works. As Perez bashes his way past me, I just got out of the way then. And I don't know if any of you heard that, Perez actually went into the back of me there. I looked on the replay what happened there. He didn't mean to go into the back of me. Someone crashed into the back of Perez, which catapulted him smacked me into the back of me, so he lost his front wing. So that's what happened there. I did wonder what happened, because I had to go and look at the replay for that one, because I'm collecting all my replay bits for my montage as well, of course. So I had to look at what was going on there, and that's what happened. Unfortunately, Perez ended up being a bit of the victim there. He was quite incredibly lucky I didn't go into the back of him, to be honest. But now we've got another Sauber behind us. We've got the Kamui. It's almost like last season. I think I had Kobayashi behind me trying to harass me, but I think he actually got past that time. Let's see if we can change history a little bit and keep him behind us as Schumacher sets the fastest lap of 1:36.2, which is pretty much 2 seconds faster than me. So you can see why I'm not a big fan of this track. Or I don't mind the track itself, but I'm not a big fan of driving the track.
The gap to the car behind is less than a second. Be aware he may use DRS in an attempt to pass.
Here comes Kamui down on the inside.
The track temperature's rising.
But I outbraked him and cut him off, so it worked out right for me. We've got 3 laps to go, including this one. So this is the hard bit, when it comes to the end of the race and I lose all pace, especially when I wasn't that particularly fast to begin with. Didn't qualify that well, still in 9th now, so I haven't made or lost any positions at the moment. But I've also got to keep it on the track as well. I don't know if some of you noticed there, but I actually collected a couple of rubber marbles off the track for some reason. Sometimes where I think the racing line is, it actually isn't, and I end up collecting a few rubber marbles off the racing line where the tyre has ripped itself apart. As you can see, at the end of most Formula 1 races, you can see it littered with black marbles everywhere, and you just got the racing line, which does make it extremely hard to maintain your grip. Yeah, oh, that could have ended badly. Luckily, I didn't spin off there, actually.
Watch out for the car chasing you. He's less than a second behind and will use DRS to overtake.
You can see Kobayashi's going to use his DRS. Try and get on the outside this time, but it's not going to work. Alonso has ended up getting 7 seconds ahead of us. Ow. I just actually hurt myself there. Ow. Sort of trapped my finger in between something. On the chair. Bastard chair. But anyway. Almost home now. I mean, I'm quite amazed that I actually managed to stay in the points at the moment, but you never know, Kamui could get past me. And well, to be honest, I'm not out in the woods yet, basically. If I end up going off the track, I could lose like about 3 places or so. And then there's the group behind the two or three that are chasing me now. So yeah, I've got to really concentrate now. Keep it on the track. Alonso 8 seconds up the road, so 8th place is out of the question unless someone drops out, which isn't unheard of, I might add. Senna's actually made his way up to 5th, that's pretty good. But unfortunately that's where I wanted to be. Don't know why it showed me Senna though, that's quite weird. Maybe it's because sometimes it just shows you who is occupying your expected position. But there you go, the last lap. Coming around these corners for the final time this season. Hopefully I'll do better next season. It couldn't have been any worse than last season, where it
just behind
bloody
you.
rain.
Watch out for him.
And there's that sort of annoying rain. The rain I hate is the... There's a little bit where it's damp, but just before you need intermediates. And you're just slipping and sliding around. Full wet I can deal with. It's fine. But when it's changing and the grip level just suddenly disappears from you, that's the bit I hate. And unfortunately I'm nowhere near as quick as any of the others. But I do sort of address that issue when it comes to Hungary, because that was actually not a bad race at all. Hopefully you guys enjoy that when that comes around. As you can see, Michael Schumacher has won the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it looks like he's going to get a nice haul of points. 25 points to my 9th place, which I believe is 2 points. I think it's 2. But anyway, finished 5th or above was failed. Managed to keep Kobayashi behind me. And unfortunately I finished 9th instead of 5th. Yeah, 2 points. So yeah.
Well done, good drive. That's 9th place.
It was okay. Bit of damage limitation, but that won't really help my championship chances. Although Hamilton isn't actually in the top 10, so he hasn't scored any points. Jensen's in 3rd and Schumacher's in 1st. So they're my 2 rivals at the moment in terms of the championship. Lewis actually finished down in 15th, which is quite weird. Nico Hulkenberg and Jean-Eric Verne, they did not finish the race. Perez ended up in 21st after slamming into the back of me.
You're still 2nd in the Drivers' Championship.
But it hasn't affected the Drivers' Championship too much because I'm still in 2nd. Michael Schumacher has actually moved 1 point behind me. Jensen Button is in the lead of the championship now with 65 points. And Hamilton is on 45, so it's quite close at the top. Even Alonso is 4 points behind Hamilton. It's shaping up to be like an interesting battle. I mean, it's going to be more between the Mercedes and the McLarens, so it might be a year for Mercedes power. But we'll see how the rest of the year pans out. So in the Constructors' Championship, McLaren, Mercedes at the top on 110, Mercedes following closely behind on 99 points, 11 points behind, and Ferrari, Lotus, Red Bull, Williams, Sauber, Caterham in 8th, Toro Rosso, Force India, HRT in 11th, Marussia fallen to 12th. So HRT actually making some sort of progress, unlike real life where they don't exist anymore, pretty much. So there you go, is a generic failed objective sequence. And next up is Spain in Catalonia. See you next time.